Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We've just taken out Orin, and the Emperor says it's time to take on the Absolute. So that's over here, so we just need to walk our way around. Between episodes, I did decide to go buy some more healing potions to restock up, make sure that we were as good to go as possible, and found out that at this point, apparently when we enter Baldur's Gate itself, everyone starts turning into mind flayers and attacking. So, not really what I intended, so I reloaded from that, because certainly I didn't want that happening between episodes off screen, but also I don't want all of the people of Baldur's Gate turning into mind flayers. So, yeah, I guess we're just not going back into the city of Baldur's Gate for the moment. Kind of awkward. I didn't realize that taking out Orin would be cutting us off from going back into the city. But I guess it is what it is. Now, possibly an option. Gale is supposed to be here for this fight with the Absolute because he's supposed to turn himself into a bomb. I'm not going to do that. I'm hoping we can take out the Absolute ourselves without having to sacrifice Gale. But, you know, he's been having his mind set on that for a while now as the way to prove his love to Mystra. So hopefully he doesn't get too upset that we're leaving him behind. But I guess we are here now. And I am nervous. Just to make sure, yes, we have the 3 stones. I don't know when we're going to be sent to Orpheus. But I want to make sure that we do have the Orphic Hammer, and we do. I'm guessing that we're just basically going plot point to plot point towards the end of the game at this point. At least it feels like it. Let's hop in the skiff and see what happens. Once you enter this place, there is no turning back. You will no longer have access to your camp or the items stored there. New players will not be able to join your party. Do you wish to proceed? Oh. Yeah, so I was totally right. This is stepping into endgame. Well, we saved. So, yeah. So we've determined these are the 4 that are going to be with us for the end game.
Pristine darkness in every direction. Silence, but for the gentle, rhythmic slap of water on rock as your vessel cuts through.
Yeah, have the sorcerer be the one that's rowing the boat, not, you know, the fighter. The, like, 8 or 10 strength sorcerer, that's the one to go with. Exciting. So we can't go back to our camp. So does that mean there's no more long rests at this point? Because if we have more fights than one, ideally we should be able to go back and camp to heal up between them. Unless there's really just this single fight.
An overwhelming force pushes into your mind. The brain. It is here.
Yeah, I figured that out. So, the thing that occurred to me, the brain is no longer being controlled because we haven't yet used the stones to control it, and those that were controlling it are dead now. So it's free, and it also has the Crown of Karsus, which is supposed to make the wearer turn into a god, or have the power of a god. Although maybe the stones were part of the crown, I vaguely think that's possible. Don't fully remember. I'm just worried that we're going to have an extra overpowered Elderbrain to deal with, which would be bad. I guess nowhere to go but up. Sure, we'll take the money. I don't think it helps at this point. Inventory report. Goods delivered upstairs. Terrazul, 6 pouches. Dream Mist, 14 vials. Wyvern Toxin, 2 bottles. G-Cube Lube, 2 double bottles. Basilisk Oil, 3 bottles. And Spectator Eye, 1. Negotiations. The talks with those 3 are going nowhere. I don't know what they want, but I'm close to just cutting contact. No good comes from negotiating with the deranged. L. Who would L be? Because it's not Gortash or Orin. I'm assuming the negotiations with those 3 would be the dead 3. Probably. I don't know who L would be in this case. Ooh, healing potions. And potion of gaseous form. Do we need to run, maybe? Level 1 intellect devour, that's...
Preparing. Calculating. Evolving.
Evolving? Yeah, level 1 mind flayer is not going to be hard to deal with.
Stronger than before. Much stronger.
It's getting stronger. We must be close.
Let's head over this way. Empty crates, nothing here.
That might be worth
Something there. So someone buried 1 chest. Personal note. I don't know why I'm always the one being sent to smuggle goods into High Hall. I value my neck as just as much as everyone else here, and those traps are just as dangerous as the day they were installed. It's only fair that I get a danger bonus for this work, so if you find this cash, it's because I'm keeping it here for my retirement. L. Do we know who L is? Bunch of headless corpses. And 1 intellect devourer that's leading the way. I wonder if Us is here, or have we already run into Us and killed it? That's assuming it didn't die on the Nautiloid. Part of me thinks that we've seen it since, but I don't remember. Okay, we've got some dead intellect devourers,
open up.
which potentially might have potion ingredients. I don't remember what their brains are used for. Psychic resistance. That's probably not a bad thing to have on hand when you're going against an Elderbrain. Want to go this way or that way? It probably doesn't matter. Well, your name starts with an L. I don't know if that's significant. I guess we can see which ones have items. So I don't need to open all of them. still always forget that I have that mod that shows me how many items. The Stelia Drycelis, a level 12 Dragonborn. Knitted toy bear. Look at its whittle nose. Huh. And you still have your head. All the others have been headless. But you have a name. And a toy bear. I don't know, you might be intellect glutton as opposed to an intellect devourer. I don't think I've ever heard of an intellect glutton. I have obviously heard of intellect devourers, even prior to running into them in this game. Yeah, we're definitely getting somewhere.
Controlled.
What is mind broken? Slowed by the Netherbrain's psychic shattering might. And we all just keep failing. Let's see. Do we get a save on that? Yes. So it's a Constitution saving throw. To stun us. No, mind broken just happens, and it's a Constitution saving throw to be whether you're stunned or not. Well, that doesn't seem terribly fair. Oh, hey guys, you're not following, and that's probably important. Alright, apparently you can't follow here, so we will go the other way around. Because I could give them all potions of jump, but it's fine, we can go around the other direction. I don't think there's any specific value in going that way. So yeah, that's the intellect devourer that was sort of leading us. Right, that's where we came from. So I guess let's keep following you. Past more headless corpses. Alright, this is where we were.
I smell a trap.
Oh. They're all level 1s, except for the Intellect Glutton, which is a level 5. Still only 37 hit points. And actually weak to piercing. Well, that is bad for you. There's one Intellect Glutton. There's the other one. I want those gone early. No. And you wasted your offhand attacking an already dead corpse. Thanks, man. That is exactly what I was wanting. Caustic Brine, but you didn't take any damage, thankfully. I'm not sure that walking out won't hit you, so I might just end your turn there.
My feet.
Okay, probably best to attack from a distance against the gluttons. 37 hit points. I doubt I can easily do that with any sort of cantrip, and I don't want to waste any real spells.
Death won't take me yet.
That's fine. No, we're not going to waste that here. I did because of Coal the Week, which thankfully has currently stayed on. Okay. Time for the brain to go. Miss, nice. Alright, Lae'zel, what can you do? Unfortunately, you can only really attack one at a time, which while great, is not going to take them out super fast. Oh, I didn't realize you survived. Well, that's awkward. I just assumed that she would have killed them. Instead, I left two of them basically dead, but technically still alive. That is a shame.
Can't give up.
Shadowheart can't take out multiple of them. I mean, I could use a 3rd level spell for Spirit Guardians and then run around, and that would hit these two and injure others.
Fall, damn you.
But no, we'll just let it go. No. Oh, don't waste. I need to turn that off during this fight. Also, I was not planning on there suddenly being more of these guys. Are they detonating?
Not going to last much longer.
Huh. So they're just exploding, which is injuring the others, but also injuring Shadowheart a ton. No one else is getting that injured, actually. Well, let's just have you kill this one. It might... The explosion might knock out Shadowheart, which is not ideal. Yeah. So Shadowheart goes down.
No choice but to keep going.
So you're hurt. These two are fine. I don't have anything that's going to do significant damage to all of them. I mean, I could drop a fireball on top of myself for some sort of cone of cold. I don't know. I don't really want to waste my action on something with 4 hit points. But I also want to start thinning their numbers. Yeah, it is what it is. So you could use your action to raise her. But that would use your whole action. Oh. Cleave is once per short rest. We're probably going to take a short rest after this. You missed again. I mean, Action Surge is also a short rest.
Corruption is in the air. It infects everything it touches.
Corruption in the air infecting everything. Interesting. Oh, that one didn't have anything. And yeah, psychic protection doesn't help us if they're only doing melee attacks or acid attacks.
What's in here?
So then the question is, do I use potions to heal up Shadowheart so that I keep my spell slots for later? Or do I use her spell slots to save the potions for later? Since we can't go to camp. Yeah. I don't have a great answer. But the fact that everyone else was basically fine from that fight and Shadowheart got destroyed does not fill me with a lot of optimism about my choice to bring her. Okay. If we go to our ingredients and then we look for potion of psychic protection, whatever that one was called, elixir of psychic protection, resistance psychic, resistance universal. I still don't understand why in this menu it doesn't actually tell you what these potions do. Potions, elixirs, whatever. I'm gonna make both of these. Because now if I go here, I can then see gain resistance to all damage. Really useful, but that's the kind of information that should be available here when I'm making a potion to know what they are. Because that's half the reason I don't ever make potions, is I don't know what does an elixir of bloodlust do. I don't know. Maybe it boosts your rage, but since I don't have a barbarian with me, but maybe it does something like different that would be far more useful, but I have no way of knowing. It's just really weird that they're not stayed here. Like, I've made this. I know what its effect is. Because I could understand the idea of if you haven't seen the potion yet, then you don't know what its effects are. I could get behind that. But I know this one. We just made it. I just looked at its effect. Why does it not tell me here in this menu? Do I need 15 elixirs of psychic resistance? Probably not, but I'm going to make them anyway. Yeah, elixir of Cloud Giant versus Hill Giant. I'm fairly confident that Cloud Giant is the stronger, and also it's the rarer potion. But again, it would be nice if it would say. I don't know what an elixir of the Colossus is. Could be useful to give that to Lae'zel. Anyway, we'll make Cloud Giants. And Hill Giant. I don't know. I don't need to make... What's the tadpole elixir? Stimulates the pineal gland in the brain, unlocking malevolent power. Sure. We'll make some of those. So we've got the Hill Giant strength increases to 21. I think Cloud Giant we must have already had because it's not showing up here. Same with the others, actually. Let's sort by latest. Gain psionic weakening and psionic enrichment. What does that mean? Affected entity has disadvantage on Constitution, Wisdom, and Intelligence saving throws. After using a tadpole power, affected entity gains advantage on all attacks for 3 rounds. Not terribly important. Cloud Giant strength 27. So let's send that to Lae'zel. Psychic resistance and universal resistance obviously do what they say. Alright. So yeah, Shadowheart. we're going to want to do a short rest regardless. Let's have you drink some of our really weak healing potions that we've got tons of. Because I'm not going to need these in a fight. And yes, this is going to take an absurd amount of time to go through all of these, but... there must be a short time cooldown between drinking potions. Sometimes clicking it didn't take. There. That should be more than enough so that our short rest
Time to get going.
can cover us.
Can't give up now.
Toss down another quick save.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Carry on. Hopefully we don't have too many more fights because we have only one more short rest. For the rest of the game, I suppose. Interesting to consider. Or maybe once we beat the Elderbrain, then we'll be allowed back into the city. I think maybe it's just for this area we're trapped. But once we get done with this area, then we're free to regroup with our party and go to camp and whatnot.
Thrall. Break control.
So yeah, the Elderbrain's got to be back there somewhere based on the direction of where the waves were coming from, I think. Alright, we've got a door to somewhere. Yeah, and then the path just going to this pool. Let's go in here first. I haven't found a key,
Careful, I might.
which is fine.
Easy.
Starion doesn't need keys.
Looking ahead. Never
Another
wanted an easy
Dragonborn.
path.
Not sure why there's so many dead Dragonborn down here.
Something good here, I hope.
Hastily written note. I'm sorry, Listelius. I held them off for as long as I could. That thing, it's been digging into my mind like a burning wick, melting a candle. Its voice cuts through my eardrums and into my spine. The others, what was done to them, I can't face it. You fought so hard to chisel our place into Baldur's Gate. Please, forgive me for not being as strong. Get out of here, for me. Droralius. So... yeah. The two Dragonborn that have names were together, trying to survive while the Elderbrain was doing its shenanigans.
Must be close.
We're not getting... okay. It's like we're not getting text of the words.
Deathly silence. The air is stale and putrid.
It's close. Have the stones ready.
Your blood slows. Your senses strung so tight they could snap in an instant.
Huh. So the stones join together as a single item.
You think you know why you are here? You think that by killing the Chosen and taking the Netherstones, you can destroy me? You are wrong.
A failed constitution, not a surprise. Well, that's terrifying.
It's messing with your mind. Don't listen to it. Use the stones.
Strength, no. Muster the full might of your physical form. Throw it into breaking through the brain's defenses. Intelligence, also not amazing. Your mind is yours to command. Block out all possibility of failure and compel the brain to submit. Or Constitution, also not great. You survived this far, trust yourself, dominate the brain. So we've got a +3, a +3, or a -1. Yeah. Where's my wisdom option? Alright, you've survived this far. Trust yourself. Dominate the brain. Also, where's our guidance? No guidance? Okay. A +3 on a DC 20, so I've got to roll a 17 or better on the die. I'm not feeling my chances are that great. We needed a 17 and I rolled a 16. Guidance would have been enough if it had been an option. I'm gonna continue. There's gotta be some other roll available or something. I'm not gonna waste all of my inspiration on a 15% chance.
By eliminating Ketheric, Orin, and Gortash, you have simply unbound me. Exactly as I intended. The crown is now mine to command. Mine alone.
Don't listen to it. Focus on the crown.
There's wisdom. Dexterity. The crown is an unmissable target. Set your sights and trust that you will strike true. Wisdom. A first attempt is just that. Iteration is key. Aim for the crown and try again. We don't get any pluses there. Wait, why am I saying wisdom? Charisma is what I want. I am dumb. Charisma. Nothing is immune to influence. Determined to master the brain. There we go. Not sure why I assumed I was a wisdom-based character. Bow before the glory of the Netherbrain. Submit to domination. Yeah, we'll use our +5. Which, shockingly, is not that much better than the +3 we had before. But it is better. Determined to master the brain. DC 25 now. I need to roll a nat 20? Seriously, game? That's the route we're going with this. Nat 1. That was wrong. Re-rolling on a 5% chance feels terrible. I don't think there's going to be consequences for critical failure, as opposed to just a normal failure. I'm hoping something happens to give me a chance, because these rolls are so bad.
The crown is not my weakness. It is what made me what I am. I needed the crown to build an army. I needed the Chosen to bring it to me. They would not have surrendered it freely, so I gave them what they wanted. Power. Just enough that they would play their part in my design. Their part heart has ended. The next orders will be mine.
I won't allow it. Again, dominate it.
I mean, if you could help me, dude. But instead, I'm getting these terrible options with insane DCs. May not be easy, but it was always supposed to be possible. Do it again. DC 30. Yeah, so we're at the point now where we just need natural 20s. And I only have 4 inspiration because that's how this works. Not a nat 20. So I guess we just had to try over and over on that first attempt. I'm gonna just keep pushing. See what happens. If at some point something changes, worst case, if the game just assumes I lose because I can't make these rolls, we reload and try again. But I'm not gonna... I don't see much point in re-rolling a 5% chance. And I don't think the game requires me to beat a 5% chance.
Your role to play too. Who do you think told the Chosen about the astral prism? Who do you think planted the knowledge of Orpheus's power and the fear of what it could do? When the Chosen sent my thralls to retrieve the prism, who do you think let the Emperor slip its leash, knowing it would be the one to bring you to me?
Were you a part of its plan?
I only needed one Netherstone loosened from the Chosen's grasp to guarantee my freedom. You brought all 3 back to me. In doing so, you have liberated me. This was your role, and it is complete. Now you will witness the grand design.
We need to put a stop to this now!
I mean, if you would have helped me, guidance would have been useful. We're gonna go Charisma, dominate the brain. Shadowheart still is unwilling to help. DC 99. Yeah, that's not absurd at all. Yeah, so we're still just rolling for nat 20s. Alright, we'll use our inspiration at this point. It feels like this is an all or nothing. We have to succeed or bad things happen. So I'm willing to spend my 4 inspiration. Chances of me succeeding is basically nil. It's 5%. I know math. Yeah, but worst case, we can always reload, try again. It's not what I prefer, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Or the game will go in interesting ways because we are not able to dominate the brain, even with the Netherstones, which is how this is played out.
This is not over.
I wonder what would have happened if we succeeded. or what consequences there are for failing. Because I'm assuming the Elder Brain is now going to go up and transform everyone, because it's solidly free. Yeah, this is bad. So the question is, do I leave this as it is, or do I reload and try again? Oh yeah, this is doomsday. It feels like we've already lost. But it also feels like that's the intended action, given how hard those rolls were.
The situation is worse than I thought. This is an Elder Brain. No longer. The magic of the crown has caused it to evolve. It has become something more. A Netherbrain.
Yes, that's what I feared. That because it has the Crown of Karsus, that would give it more power, and it seems that was the case. I thought the Netherstones were supposed to allow us to dominate the brain. Did you expect this? I'm glad you were there to save me. You pulled me out too soon, I nearly had it. I thought the Netherstones were supposed to allow us to dominate the brain.
I thought so too. But that was when I believed it was still an Elder Brain. It has been anticipating our every move from the start. I underestimated it. We will need to rethink our plan.
Alright. Well, we've got the Triune Netherstone now. What is that? With all three stones combined, you can now cast Karsus's Compulsion. Fused into a macabre and powerful union, three Netherstones reflect the triarchy of the dead three, Merkel, Baal, and Bane. As in geometrics, the triangular shape proves more stable than any linear or other structure, and the wearer of this crown, it's not a crown, the wearer of this crown feels exquisite and tenebrous, the will to dominate flowing through them. So what is Karsus's Compulsion? Channels the stone's magic to control the Crown of Karsus and dominate the Netherbrain. Caster must channel this spell until their next turn for it to take effect. Ends if incapacitated, stunned, polymorphed, or knocked out. I mean, that's a cool spell, but on our way walking over, we were mind controlled and stunned quite regularly, just walking around. In an actual fight, I don't know how easy that would be. Well, yeah, so we're now back here, and I guess now we have the chance to decide what we're going to do about Orpheus and the Emperor. But I'm still partially thinking about reloading and trying to actually succeed at one of those earlier checks. I just didn't realize it would eventually get to, you know, DC 99 checks. I thought switching to better ability scores would give me a better chance, and it just didn't. So, I don't know. We could have had Shadowheart cast guidance on us before. I could have drank the potion of Hill Giant Strength or Storm Giant Strength, and then been able to do the strength options easier. There's lots of ways to have gotten through that reasonably, though not going in blind. So, I don't know. I'm going to think about it. But for now, we'll end the episode here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.